Good morning, everyone. This is Diane. I am about to start on the next journal project. A little while ago, Laura, who has an Etsy shop called Queen of Mirth, asked me if I would be on her design team. I don't really like to be on design teams because I have so many journals that I want to make that are on my list, and materials to use, and sometimes I feel like the design team projects interrupt my flow. And sometimes I can make the design team project compatible with something else that I want to do. So that's what I tried to do here. I told her I would do a guest design team one-time deal thing. And I'm happy to do it. And I thank you so much, Laura, for asking me. It really does mean a lot to me that you asked me. And, well, I want to tell you, she has so many digitals in her shop. So I'm going to link her shop below, and I'm just going to show you quickly what is in this kit. I can't remember if it's all one kit or if the pages and the ephemera are separate. But they're the perfect size for these marble covers, vintage marble covers that I have. Aren't they beautiful? So I'm really glad to have an opportunity to use these covers. And I chose the book lovers theme, which of course is dear to my heart. I love books, and so I am a book lover. So let me just show you. I already have the pieces divided up, and there are plenty. So I divided it up into two journals, and it's all one kit. I only printed it once, except there's one page that I printed twice, and I'll show you why. So this one has, I love the prompts. This one says favorite authors, and there's some lined paper there for you to write about your favorite authors. And then a quote here, books are uniquely portable magic. This is the one I printed twice because there's one shaped page. Isn't that cool? And she's painting, but she's reading, so I think she's painting a portrait of her. And it looks very impressionistic. I don't know if this is a copy of an impressionist work. I don't know. But, so I wanted this in both journals, so I printed it twice. There's this one. There's lots of images of people reading. There are a few that are just like you could print it as it's just a page. So I printed the music one. I think there might be one that I didn't print. And some of them look tattered around the edges, so I fussy cut all around that on those pages. And then there's this page with lines and the row of books at the bottom, so I printed that on the backs. I'll show you the other pages. These look like Jane Austen ladies, the Empire period. There's another one of the pages. It's some script. This one says favorite childhood books. So it's got Kate Greenaway. There's a mother reading to her child, and little pictures here of a child reading and also a mother reading to her children. Books I would like to read. And the shaped page. And there's lots and lots and lots of ephemera. Lots of ephemera. There's a little ticket. This one is a little pocket. Like that. And you just fold the flaps. And it comes with some tags to slip in. There's another pocket with the flaps. There's a beautiful envelope. I love that color. And even the flaps have lines on them. Tags, journal cards, lots. Some little embellishments. This could be a bookmark. Oh, it says bookmark on it. book plate, little stack of books, a banner. There's a little envelope with lines on it, some library cards that are decorated, some larger cards, some tabbed cards, and this is a folder. I haven't folded it yet, but that's a folder. And this pocket goes like this. So there's a lot of green in the kit, and both of my marbled covers have green in them, which is perfect. There's more of the same in these. Here is what it's called, Queen of Mirth, Book Lover's Journal. So maybe the ephemera is a separate digital. So there were enough of everything to divide up, and you see these are all different from what I just showed you. This would make a huge journal if you put it all into one journal, so it's going into two, which you know I like to do. And another envelope. So I printed, as soon as she sent these to me, that very day I believe, I printed them and then I got them cut out. But I was working on other projects that I wanted to finish before I started this, so now I'm ready to start it. So I'm excited about it, Laura, and I thank you very much. I pulled a few things. I pulled some old library pockets. Well, these are not old ones, but I copy dyed them. These are homemade ones with my Cricut. I do have some vintage ones that came out of library books. And some of the date due papers where they stamp. I love that, where the dates are stamped. So I'll do something with some of those. I think there's so much ephemera I can't add too much more to it. And oh, these are some Tim Holtz large cards I got out. I thought I was just pulling out the wallpaper. So I pulled out the Tim Holtz tattered or worn wallpaper, or whatever this is called. This is the original set. I'm running low on it, but I have an unopened pack because I love it so much. I bought the second one. And these are the Halloween ones, but they're perfect. Look at that, it's perfect. They're just old and grungy and a little more subdued in color, but they are perfect for this journal. So I'll use some of those, hopefully. And I got some papers pulled out. Just miscellaneous papers from different sets that I think will work. And then I pulled some of these heavier cardstock. I have this pad, I've had it for a while, Recollections painted palette. Absolutely love it. It looks like mixed media. And I kind of hoard it. I think I need it for a special project, but it's the heavier, slightly heavier. It's not super heavy. So I don't fill a journal with these pages because it would be too bulky, but I do like to use these kind of pages as the front of each signature, and sometimes I put it inside the signature too, but so I figured I might as well start using it. So I pulled out some of these for the beginning of each signature in each journal. And that's all I've done so far. So I'm going to copy dye these papers, so I won't cut them yet. But I thought we would take a look at the ephemera and see what we might be able to do. I want to do them just one at a time so I don't get ephemera mixed up. Not that it matters what goes into what journal, but I want to make sure they have even amount of each kind of ephemera. So let's just start with this one. See what we have here. This is very fragile. I cannot put it in as a page. It's the flyleaf. But I would like to glue it down in collages or maybe on a library pocket or something. So let's just see how many pages we're working with here. I have one. I'm going to separate them into the straight edges and the antiqued edges. Got 3 of those and 2 of these and 1 of these, so that's perfect. That's 2 pages in each signature, and then I'll add scrapbook paper and other kinds of paper. So one of these, those thicker mixed media type pages, will be the front of each signature. So it doesn't, I guess I'm not going to put them into an order yet, because I want to get all my pages selected and cut, and then I'll put them in order. But I know that we will have 2. I was thinking of putting this in the center, and I think that's what it says on the printout paper. I think it says for the center of the journal, but I thought maybe it could be some sort of a pocket or something. But anyway, we'll get to that. Let's see what we can do with ephemera. I feel like I'm talking like a man today. Yesterday I had a sore throat, and today it's not sore, but it feels a little rumbly. I couldn't sleep last night, so I got very little sleep, and that doesn't help either. So, sorry. Sound like a man. You guys tell me you like my sweet and soothing voice. I don't think it's very soothing today. All right, I definitely want to do something with this. I will probably glue this down, so this is going to be covered, unfortunately. So I'm going to have to cover that with something, and wouldn't it be perfect to cover it with one of these? Maybe I want something with more contrast. I think I like that one. This piece is sorry, 3 3/4 by, I'm just going to trace it because it's not a really even measurement. I took my pencil out of this room. I should have more than one pencil in here, but I don't know where all my drawing pencils are. I looked for them yesterday. I have to organize my art journal supplies because I rearranged things. The way certain things were in my rooms, this room and the office room that has spillover supplies, wasn't working for me. So I had to rethink and reorganize some stuff, which involved moving, like emptying drawers and shelves and moving them and stuff like that. But in the process, I ended up putting my mixed media and art supplies in here, which I think is good because this is where I would use them. I haven't done any of that since I moved, and I got excited about getting into that stuff again and using it. And I found a journal, a mixed media journal that I had made with through a video series of oh my goodness. Can't remember her name. Gina Rebookery, her. And I had made the journal and then put it with my art journal supplies and never did anything with it. So I looked through it and I thought, this is a pretty cool journal. I need to use it. I'll put that flap on the outside and glue it down. Ooh, that glue came out fast. That's a pretty little pocket. One piece of ephemera done. Just happened to have that sitting there. I cleared off this and my workspace area, but I didn't clean up my sewing machine table yet from the previous journal project, so I have all the laces still sitting out. So I just grabbed this to add to it. I like to clean everything up before I start the next project, but like I said, I didn't get much sleep, and so when I did fall asleep, I stayed in bed longer and still got less than 5.5 hours of sleep. So I got up late and I'm off to a slow start, so I wanted to just get going on this. So probably after lunch I will clean up that end of the table. What else? I think I'll have to make something with this. I've got 2 banners. The color kind of fades back into the white of your cardstock, so it's a little hard to get, just a line without color on the edges, so I'm inking them. I didn't eat anything for breakfast before I got started because, like I said, I wanted to get started. And now my tummy's growling. I will eat breakfast. I got some homemade banana bread out of the freezer, so I'm letting it thaw. And then I'll eat something. I'll have some grapefruit and banana bread. Now, I need to decorate them with something. Let's see what else I have over here with my laces. Got some of that. I just went to Hobby Lobby yesterday, and their carded laces and trims were half price, like the ones that they have to measure and cut. And I don't want any big pieces. Most of them are wide, but I have lots of wide lace. But I saw this one, didn't wind it very well because it's coming off there, and there were like 4 or 5 different pieces of it wrapped around it, because they were, must be smaller than what people had asked for, so they just wound the remnant on there. So I just said I would take it all. It was $1 a yard. Isn't that pretty? So I didn't know how many yards it was because she was writing it down in whatever. There was 1 7/8, and one piece said 1 yard and 34 inches. So I think, I don't remember. I tried to figure it out once I got home. That looks pretty. Ooh, somebody just messaged me. I have my binder here of tickets, tags, ladies and gents, it says. Oh, maybe I'll look for my postage stamps. Not look for them, look through them, because they're right here. I doubt I would find anything about books, but I can just use a pretty stamp. Look at these with the crest on them. Aren't they pretty? I've got them in different colors. Look for reds, greens, and golds, because those are the colors that are on the covers of these journals. Not that it matters for such a small embellishment, but, you know, I try. There's one with red and gold. Perfect. Another one with red and gold. I don't see any greens on these. Let's see if I have a bigger one. I got these stamp holder things on Amazon. I don't know if they were specified for stamps. It might have been for coins. I don't know. I don't remember. This one's really pretty with the green, and it's got a gold design on it. I did have to slit it because it was up too high, the plastic, and too hard. I think it's, you know, to keep, I think it is for coins, to keep the coins secure in there, but I needed easy access to my stamps. So it took some work to load this thing up, because I had to cut, some of them I cut down too far, and then I had to sort my stamps into sizes. There's different sizes of pockets, so. And then I tried to sort them into, let me see these. Are any of these reading books? If they're, even if they're not, I can use them, because I just like the style of these old paintings. I try to sort them into categories, like all the Queen Elizabeth stamps are at the front, and then these are all paintings. We've got animals here, and you know, they're not perfectly arranged. And when I take some out and then put them back, because I'll be putting some of these back. Thought she had a book on her lap, but I don't think so. I think it's some needlework. I'll have to put some of these back. They might not go back where they belong, but it's okay. These are just lovely. But I think I have enough, more than I will use on these banners for sure, but I'll have banners from the other book, other journal to do also. Okay, so we'll have some lace. These stamps are too big, I think. I think I want a stamp on the background. is one of my new favorite sets. It's not new, but I just love it. This doesn't belong in there. It's the Holtz Fragments. Looks like pieces of worn wallpaper. Do a different design on that one. Love that one. So this is, I use this set a lot for backgrounds like this. Love them. If you're looking for a Tim Holtz stamp set, I recommend that one. It is Fragments CMS 368. This is my folder of small pieces that I like to use for collage. Ouch. Not sold on that one. Some text from a digital. Got a little piece of my gold foil in here. Okay, let's just start putting it together. I'm going to ink this piece. Seems like there's shadows in here. It's early in the day. Yesterday, and the last 2 days, it just rained. Rain. And then this morning I woke up to snow on the ground. It's not a lot, and I don't think it's going to snow anymore today, so it'll probably be gone. But it is white out there for the first time. We've had some dustings, but this is the first time it actually looks white out there. And I'm not going anywhere today, so I don't need to clean my car off. At least I'm not planning on going anywhere. You never know what might happen. I don't know. I think it's too much. Let's just start by gluing down that lace. I want to make sure you can see a little bit of the background stamping, and I want the lace and the stamp to be the main stars of the show. So I don't want to muddy it up with a lot of other stuff. So I think I'll just put the gold on there. Kind of make the draw your eye to the stamp, I guess. There. It's not too complicated, but it looks pretty. Maybe I'll use that slightly larger stamp with the beautiful green glass vase. I've been working on, like yesterday I did some cleaning in my office, and that is also where I store, it has my piano and piano music, but it also has, you know, my printer and storage of supplies, and that's where I have my vintage, or my flea market stuff waiting to get listed. So I was tidying that up and pulling out some things. So I got started on some books that I'm going to list. I think that'll be, I'm hoping to do that today. At least get started working on it. And I don't know how that will correspond to when this video gets posted. But just to say that it'll be soon, that I'll get some kids' books listed, both childcraft, vintage childcraft books, and little golden books, and some other books. And one of my more popular things to list is textiles. So I've got a variety of textile bundles in the works. Some of them are de-stash of different sorts, and some are from the flea markets. So just a heads up for you to keep watch for these things. This stamp is long, so I'm using 2 little pieces of the gold, so you can see some at the top and at the bottom of the stamp. You can easily, whoops, gotta put the other piece on. You can easily make these banners out of scraps of your own cardstock. You don't have to have a printable. But I used to put banners in my journals a lot, but I don't think of it too much anymore. So since these are printed, it's just nice to go back to some banners for a bit. Okay, so I've got 2 for the first journal. I like them, and I don't know what I will pair them with when I put them in the journal, but they're all ready. Let's see, we've got a little more time, so let's see what else we can do. We've done these pieces. That will go nicely in there. One of the library cards. I think I'll put this key one. You can see the key at the top. I like that. So I'm going to just ink around that edge, the border where it was cut. These edges are already aged looking. Do this while I have it out. I'm just going to see if I can get a stencil to do a little stenciling on that. It's easier to grab the whole pile than to try to look for them while you're just watching an empty camera. Empty, you know what I'm saying. A table sitting there doing nothing. I like the alphabet one. Do I have two of these? Oh, they're different. I don't think I've ever used that one. Okay, I think that's enough. Let me see what these round ones that turn. They are smaller images, so see, I've got some paisleys. More alphabet. I've got two of those. Oh no, I don't. That's the design on all of the, pay attention. Okay, so those are paisleys. These are flowers. These are seashells and owls. Oh, those are pretty. Got those on clearance, and I've never used them. They're not made for this kind of stenciling, but I thought I would try it. So let's try this one that I've never used on this. So that's all ready to go in the book. That's spotted and aged paper. And fold that straight. Oh, it's that kind of envelope. It's a coin envelope shape. I think I'll have this tucked into a pocket so that you can take advantage of the lines on it to write something if you'd like. The marbled book covers are pretty vintage, and the images in this kit are vintage, so I'll be doing a lot of inking, and I'll be coffee dyeing the pages that I use, at least the scrapbook papers. I think I'll put a little something there that maybe this flap can tuck down into. I'll have to go pretty soon. I never know when my camera's going to shut off on me. But maybe I'll look at those circles, see if there's one small enough. I like that. It says documented and a place for the date. And this is a stamp that I have. Don't want it too far up because this is cardstock. I don't want you to have to bend it, like crease it, to get it to tuck in there. Oh, sorry. It's one of those spam calls. I forgot to turn my sound off. Glue. Do you have to, I don't know if that's going to work. It would work if it was made out of paper instead of cardstock. Yeah, it works. Okay. So, I'll have to make a little something to put in there. So we have that. We have the library pocket, or the little pocket with a library card. That wasn't much to do with that. All of these are pretty simple. We have that one, and we have these. So that's a start on making the ephemera for the first book journal. And I will say thank you for watching, and I will go see if my banana bread is thawed out. And then I'll get back to work. Have a creative day today. Bye-bye.